Ismail. First and foremost, on behalf of author Muhammad Hafiz and MPH, we would like to express our warm welcome and gratitude to all of our honorable guests, family and friends for attending the launch today. To begin our program today, I would like to invite Dr. Kip Thomas, an education advisor, Hafiz's former lecturer, and soon to be the Director General of the University of Technology Mauritius, to deliver an opening speech. Let's give him a round of applause.
Selamat pagi dan selamat datang. Okay, hari ini saya akan bercakap dalam bahasa Inggeris, dicampur sedikit dengan bahasa Melayu. Saya rasa malu sikit sebab ramai orang di sini yang boleh bercakap bahasa Melayu. Jadi, ladies and gentlemen, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, honored guests, Mr. Mohammed Izami bin Mohammed Ilyas, Special Officer to Secretary General of the Ministry of Education, Malaysia. In her absence, Kwajame, General Manager of MPH. MPH colleagues, Hafiz's family, friends and colleagues, old and new, and the writer himself of Life Through My Eyes 3, From Teaching to Leading, Mohammed Hafiz bin Ismail. Thank you so much to all of you for supporting the launch of this very innovative and I think important book. My job today is to celebrate the work and the life of Hafiz the writer, and also to share with you today something about the people behind the book. So saya cakap hari ini cerita-cerita, some stories. Okay. After my initial meeting way back in 2010 with Dato' Ung, the CEO of MPH Group of Companies in Malaysia, over the years, Hafiz and I have had the pleasure of working with so many MPH colleagues. They really are an extraordinary organisation. In the past, we worked with Ivy Tan, and then Joanne Lowe, and Lillian Ung. And during the production of this new book, Life Through My Eyes 3, From Teaching to Leading, our partnership with MPH has really deepened. Working with MPH is a uniquely pleasurable experience, dealing with such highly skilled and such considerate professionals. Particular appreciation goes to Kwazame, the General Manager, who's unable to be here today, sadly. I also want to pay tribute to Alan Wong and Eric Forbes, who are the editors of Life Through My Eyes 3, for their meticulous and painstakingly detailed editing of the book. And special thanks to Aung San Chi, who, if any of you have opened Life Through My Eyes 3, I think he's done the most amazing job. He's the graphic designer who did every small, beautiful visual detail on the book. And of course, big thanks today to Afrina Hazri, our MC. A big round of applause for her. And her colleagues Aziza Kamarudin and Pui Kwan, who organised this special event for us today. Thank you. So, who is Hafiz? I'd like to tell you a little about Hafiz, and to borrow a phrase, through my eyes. I will never forget the first day I met Hafiz, and I felt quite seriously that I had found a missing part of me when I saw the special light that many of you will recognise in his eyes. Here was someone special, unique, and I knew instantly that with just a little bit of help, he could reach his full potential. Over the years, I've been so lucky, and I've witnessed Hafiz's incredible journey firsthand. His growth as a student, as a teacher, as a blogger, a writer, and a social entrepreneur. As some of you will know in the room, Hafiz has won several awards and has accomplished so many major achievements. I'll just give you a couple. The University of Hertfordshire 2010 Best Practicum Student. And very importantly, that huge award, the Apicta Award winner 2011 for Best of E-Learning, and then amazingly, Prime Minister's Best of the Best. In 2011, Hafiz seemed to be on every TV channel, in the morning, sitting on every sofa, or if you opened the newspaper at the weekend, there was always an article in English or Malay or Bahasa Cina about Hafiz. And although English is Hafiz's second language, Hafiz made a decision years ago to write in English, and he found his unique voice. A voice that he's discovered can connect with people across the world. And Hafiz has found new readers, new audiences in Malaysia, in the UK, Australia, Thailand, New Zealand, the USA, South Africa, and of course, so important in Malaysia, even Finland. And now he's considering translating his own work back into Malay to ensure that everybody in Malaysia can access easily his work. So Hafiz, very importantly, never forgets who he is and never forgets where he came from. He's a proud and honourable Malaysian. As many of you know, who know Hafiz as well as I do and better than I do, Hafiz is brave. And he pushes himself outside of his comfort zone, and he seizes every opportunity that comes his way. He makes his own successes. Even his home Wi-Fi is called Carpe Diem, seize the day. But if you try in this life, you will not always succeed. And sometimes we have to cope with disappointment. Let me give you a scenario. How would you cope with this? You get a place to study for your PhD at the University of Cambridge in the UK, only to discover that you did not get any funding or sponsorship. How do you cope with that? A door closes, but a window for Hafiz opens. Hafiz's response, I try for PTD lah. And the rest is history. PTD experience is the basis of his third book, as he moved from teaching to leading. Hafiz appears to be shy, but underneath, he's a natural, determined, and sinewy leader, always at the centre of a group. The moon is very important in Hafiz's life, and if you put Hafiz on the moon, he would find a way to create a group and to be voted as their leader. This is a book about leadership. But to be a leader, and a great leader, one must be humble and genuinely interested in other people and putting other people's needs first. And Hafiz is indeed a humble person, unassuming, and as a result, always popular. He has so many followers, fans, families. So many people regard Hafiz as an integral part of their lives and of their families. But he's always so proud of his Kudar family, his mum and dad, his 5 siblings, and his in-laws and his nephews and nieces who are with us today. Once again, Hafiz never forgets who he is and where he came from. But he also has his UK family. And for so many years, we have had the blessing of Hafiz in our lives and in our family. In my kampong, back in Cefn Coed, Cymer, in Merthyr Tydfil in Wales, and in Kent and in London. But for me, over the years, it's been a joy to be part of a tremendous team of two, a dynamic duo, the Lone Ranger and Tonto, Batman and Robin, Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, the Genie and Aladdin, mentor and mentee. But over time, the balance has shifted. For example, it was Hafiz who found me my current job at Leaphead Services. And I now seek Hafiz's professional advice and opinion. And sometimes Hafiz will take me to one side and gently say, "Are you sure, Dr. Cook?" Honesty and trust being the hallmark of a true father and son relationship. To have Hafiz as my Ana Angkat and to be proud a part of Hafiz's life is simply the best thing that's ever happened to me. For me, Hafiz, you are and always will be the best of the best. Congratulations, Dantania, to KPM, MPH, and to Hafiz and his family on the publication of Life Through My Eyes 3. I wish the book every success, and you, Hafiz, the success and future happiness that you so richly deserve. Terima kasih dan salam sejahtera.
Thank you, Dr. Keith, for a wonderful speech. Before we proceed, please allow me to give you a brief introduction to Muhammad Hafiz and Life Through My Eyes 3. Hafiz receives academic training through a variety of modules such as public economic management, leadership and strategic management, and government administration and public policy. To prepare him for the civil service, his course also involves a 3.5-month visit to Sarawak, where he is given the opportunity to experience working with the Ministry of Modernization of Agriculture and Rural Economy there, plus training in the Army, Police and Firefighting Service. At the end of his journey, Hafiz finally achieves his goal of being a PTD and is assigned to the Ministry of Education. Now Hafiz wants to share the next chapter in his life in his latest book, Life Through My Eyes 3, From Teaching to Leading, where he makes the leap from teaching to the civil service after he had successfully published his first 2 books, which are Life Through My Eyes, A Teacher's Little Steps Towards Perfection, and Life Through My Eyes 2, From Kampung Kenang to Kasoa. In Life Through My Eyes 3, Hafiz takes readers through his 10-month journey in an intensive training course at the National Institute of Public Administration, Institute Tadbiran Awam Negara or INTAN, to acquire his postgraduate diploma in public management before he can become an administrative and diplomatic officer or PTE. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite our very own author, Mr. Muhammad Hafiz, to say a few words.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, hi everyone. I'm going to sit here. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang berusaha Encik Muhammad Izani bin Muhammad Ilyas, Special Officer to Secretary General, Ministry of Education Malaysia. Dr. Kit Robert Thomas, or I call him Dr. Kit, Lead Education Advisor, and soon to be the Director General of University Technology of Mauritius, and also my Welsh father. In the absence of Kuasa May, General Manager of MPH, my dad, Encik Ismail bin Din, over there. My mom, Puan Aisyah binti Ismail, just in front of my dad. and all of my family, all are here, 4 siblings. One more is my policeman brother, he's not here. He's going to chase somebody stealing something somewhere Langkawi. And all my friends and colleagues, also ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much everyone for gathering here today to celebrate the launch of my third book, Life of Through My Eyes 3, From Teaching to Leading. Sorry, I will always be a nervous person. A bit nervous, huh? I never expected that Life Through My Eyes will be in 3. Like, I thought it will just be Life Through My Eyes, and then suddenly it just keep going. So just wait, every 3 years you will get another Life Through My Eyes, possibly. Okay, the journey of each book has brought me to different circumstances. If you know about my first book, it's about teaching in an Orang Asli school. It's about being with the kids and experiencing the teaching and learning in that particular Kampung Kenang. And then my second book, I had a chance to do my master's degree in Newcastle University. And then in one placement that we went to Ghana in Kasoa, and so the book is kind of like chronicles on that particular matter. And now, book number 3 is about the journey from a teacher to be like a leader in the government sector. And it focused on the training of 10 months, being in the class for 6 months, and then went to Sarawak. And the training is very intense. We were trained by the police, by the firemen, and also the army. Okay, before I'm gonna read a bit of the entries in the book, but I would like to express my gratitude to Intan, to a Ministry of Education, to the PTD program, for MPH that always support my work, for my family who always also understand, me not being home the whole time and always away. Dr. Kit Thomas, that I worked so much with him from book 1 until book 3. All my friends, from all generations are here, from my school friends, my teacher training friends, and then YTL, and then Unitar, and then PTD, Kencana, Estan 6, all the trainers, and all my friends from Frogasia. Thank you very, very much, and I hope you will read the book and gain something from it. And the book is not just about me delivering what I experienced, but I believe that when you read the book, you will start to relate and start to reflect on your own journey, and you'll find something that related to you in there. Okay, without further ado, I'm just gonna read a bit of extracts from the book that I chose. That I think it will give you something from it. Okay, the first one, Friday, November 11th, 2016, is called How Do I Write? One question that I have frequently been asked is, how do I write? I write in my mind. I start to reflect on situations that happen to me. I write whenever I feel it is necessary. I write a word when I am having a meal. I write a sentence as soon as I finish having a shower. I write a paragraph in the middle of the night when I suddenly wake up. I write a whole entry right after jogging. I write on paper words that I then shape into poems and songs. I force myself to write about events that happen around me. I teach myself to write. I write everywhere. I write with the note-taking app on my phone. I write on my laptop, often because the screen lets me see what I write better. I write on my notepad. I write on my hand sometimes, but lately, I don't enjoy doing that so much. Sometimes, I write on tissue paper. I believe writing has become a habit. I always search for something interesting to write about. I look for the stories behind people, places, and events. I do not know if it will be interesting to you, but it is urgent for me. Most of my writing is based on my experiences. I tried to write stories and novels based on fiction, but I found that hard. I salute all fiction writers. That is a fantastic talent to have. My advice to you, just write. Think about the structure and then write. Write interestingly, write honestly, write because your life is so important and deserves to be recorded. Write. P.S. Read, write, listen and speak. Practice these 4 skills a lot. Okay. One more. I have 3 entries that I'm going to read. Okay, this is more about PTD training. Sunday, November 13, 2016 is called Truly an Event. I have the chance to be the leader for the event management module. I was really nervous as I have never planned an event before, but I took the chance to learn and sharpen my skills in organizing and management. I am glad I had worked with Frog Asia before, as I had the chance to observe how large-scale events are handled. I am also glad that when I was teaching in Sekolah Kebangsaan Kampung Kenang, Frog Asia, I was involved in school-wide events. I believe all these experiences can help me to ensure the event can be planned and carried out smoothly. The event will be organized by us. The main task is to figure out how to allocate the human resources in Triatma to the right program. Fortunately, because my core team, Zul, Hasna, Azrina, Jeff, Shikin, Balkis and Fatin were formidable and supportive, we managed to find a solution using a survey, shortlist ideas for the theme of the event, and came up with a proper plan. The key thing I learned when leading the project was about making people feel important and a part of the project. When you are handling a large-scale undertaking, you want all the team members to participate. To keep everyone motivated and happy is tough. Managing people is complicated and requires patience and commitment. We kept everyone updated through WhatsApp. We had a tight schedule while planning both programs. Some of us were traveling every day to the other campus for the English class. Some were taking difficult modules, and we were also going for a camp at Genovasi for 2 weeks. The theme for the event was humanity. Husaini had this idea for the theatre about a young lady called Yahaira and her life as a refugee. We used the same context to set up the theme for the forum in the morning as well. For a few nights, we conducted auditions to find our moderator for the forum, actors and actresses, dancers, singers for the theatre, and so on. Somehow, I set aside my worries and kept going. I could keep track of every update and tried hard to deal with the problem. Azrina, the secretary, ensured the document was sent out correctly and on time. Ashikin, smooth relations with outsiders. And Jeff, the treasurer, kept our accounts tidy. Zoe, as the leader for the forum, managed it well, and Hasna, in charge of the theatre, organized a top-notch performance. Of course, all members of Triatma worked hard too. We are ready for the real event. P.S. I had never juggled so many non-stop messages on phone before. And last, I'm going to read a poem. And I wrote this poem, and it's called Have You Lately? Have you lately? Have you looked up to the sky lately? Watch the beautiful blue scenery, the pure white clouds, the bright sunshine. Have you looked up to the sky at night time yesterday? see the moon glowing, check out the stars blinking, saying hello to the universe? Have you been to the sea last week? Appreciate the sound of the waves, walking on the sand with your bare feet, swimming happily. Have you been to the forest last month? Smell nature, touching the tallest tree, listening to the jungle. Have you appreciated yourself today? Say positive words, pat your shoulder and say thank you. Do it now. Thank you very much. So with that, I'm finishing my speech and I hope you enjoy Life Through My Eyes 3 from teaching to leading. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Hafiz, for the meaningful words. Last but not least, I would like to invite our most important guest for today, Mr. Muhammad Izani bin Muhammad Ilyas, Special Officer to Secretary General of Ministry of Education Malaysia, to briefly speak about Hafiz's books.
Hello. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all. Thank you, Miss MC. Global Dr. Keith Thomas, MPH team, the family members of Hafiz, Mr. Hafiz himself. Thank you for inviting Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ghazali Abbas, the Secretary General of Ministry of Education. So that's why I'm wearing the corporate shirt of Kementerian Pendidikan. I am his special officer, but I would like to express our sincere apology for Datuk Dr. Ghazali can't make it today because prior commitment. So he asked me to come over to grace the event. I will be honored, ladies and gentlemen. I will be honored because at first, Mr. Hafiz or his colleagues approached me to get we call it some thought and the speech from the Secretary General. So we managed to get at once, and suddenly again, the past 2 weeks, I received the letter from MPH, the invitation letter to come here to grace the event. But Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ghazali, the Sekjen, still like pending the decision, keep on pending. So Mr. Hafiz and his boss asked me, what about the decision that the Dr. Ghazali can make it or not? So last week, he told me, okay, Izani, I think this is a very good juncture for our junior officer, I call it, because once you read a book, okay, it portrays me for my past journey last year back, past 8 years, because I joined the service, the PTD, Perkhidmatan Tadbir and Diplomatic, and English Administrative Diplomatic Officer. In government, this is one of the scheme offered, because once you enter the government, that's it. But before that, you have to undergo series of interviews, series of fitness training, examination. Then after that, you have to undergo 6-month training courses at Intan, our Institute for National Training Center. And then in the middle of time, like Mr. Hafiz told you, he undergone 10 months. For myself, only 6 months. Similar approach, a similar content, but different approach. I can recall for my training was back in 2006. There are so many hydrants, so many they would like to approach and then to adhere. Okay, what about the challenges? Once you get into the government service, that the real situation. So this course help us to gain so many knowledge about. That's why when we read the book, okay, please, you know what the administrative and public the diplomat or call it the officer in government went through for the past 6 months before they awarded or graduated as a diplomatic diploma takkan awam the diplomat because the degree will be graced by our Chief Secretary General, the PSN Ketua Susun Negara. So that's why you may see inside this book so many pictures, so many, meaning to say that diaries. What about Hafiz undergone day by day? Of course, I must admit, because nowadays the social media helps. Nowadays, for myself in 2006, ladies and gentlemen, I only used the Nokia phone. You see? After we graduated, I got one of my friends bring the first edition iPhone. The first edition iPhone. Wow, I say that this iPhone is really fantastic. But before this, we used to get the messages via SMS only. No WhatsApp, no Telegram, no IG, Facebook, everything. Now I don't know why the new PTD officer like Hafiz, maybe during the classes, they created a group, they created all the photos, and then share with the lecturers, share with the officers, and then share with their colleagues, their family members straight away. What had happened in Intan or in Sabah Sarawak, where he goes. That's different. Now, I am honored because Dr. Ghazali told me, okay, this is a very good approach, good initiatives from Mr. Hafiz, because he managed and please publicize the books, the 3 version already. Like he said, he might be coming up 4, 5th, another version, but he loves because he loves writing. So we support Hafiz because this is the germs to the ministry, because the junior officer which the love reading, love writing, so meaning to say that might be a value added to his service, because from teaching he was a teacher and then he opt for the government for the administrative part, and now he's a PTD. So PTD, we can go anything, anywhere, okay? Go overseas to become a diplomat, to become the teacher, maybe to serve the state, any other states can record. So the Miss MC and Dr. Keith also mentioned a lot just now about Hafiz. So you all everything. After this, I hope that one of you to get one, please. Buy or get souvenir from Hafiz. Okay. So again, Dr. Ghazali, the secretary, send association to you, Hafiz. Okay, my new colleague, because he's now at division of procurement, very big division, very top division. But please, again, work with your integrity. Integrity that whatever you say in this book, please walk the talk. You see, walk the talk. See, that's why we love. This is our very first time junior officer come up with this. I think your parents will be proud of you, and so I am here again to officially grace the event. So before this is still in Shawwal, I would like to wish Selamat Hari Raya Maaf Zabatin. So again, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I officially grace the book. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Izani. Now for the moment we've been waiting for, it is my great pleasure to invite again Dr. Keith Thomas, Mr. Muhammad Hafiz and Mr. Muhammad Izani to sign the book of Life Through My Eyes 3 to officiate the launch today. there you have it. Lifetime Mastery from Teaching to Leading is officially launched. Thank you so much, Dr. Key, Mr. Muhammad Izari, and Mr. Muhammad Hafiz. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a few announcements to make. There will be a book signing session